Here to talk about that story and much, much more, Heidi Hamilton from Dish Nation and Heidi and Frank show on KLOS. I don't even think you have to be a disability advocate to be upset by the photo shoot. I think people were just in general. But what do you expect? From the family she comes from,
they're always taking it to the next. What can I do? What can I do? You know, my sisters have done everything. What can I do that's different? It's so funny because, you know, even walking around here at Fox, there were people had all these different opinions, and people were like, it's disgusting. But the thing, well, for me, what it reminded me of, if you saw that movie with Ryan Gosling, Lars and the Real Girl.
It looks it looks strange.
He wheeled the real doll around in a wheelchair because they're heavy, they're very hefty. So I'm like, she's sort of, the outfit she's got on, she looks like a real doll. Like
the whole thing, she looks like a robotic
It's just bizarre.
doll.
It's bizarre, but my fear is that because the Kardashians are always trendsetters, that what's going to happen is this is going to become trendy. Like faking disability will become like, are you really disabled?
See, I don't think she's faking a disability.
No,
I
know.
She's trying to be provocative. Like,
I think the photographer was trying to be provocative.
Oh, don't blame it on the photographer. She's old enough to know that this is going to cause a stir.
And
they were like, get on the wheelchair. Here's, you know, it's this famous photographer. He's just trying to do something edgy and artistic, right?
Right, but at some point, I think you are Kylie Jenner. You're at a level where you're like, I don't think that's a good idea.
Get in this heart-lung machine.
And you're like, all right, I don't know. Use these crutches. It'll be sexy. What?
Well,
I don't know.
Let's show you what some people are saying out there and why this has offended so many people. So here's some of the tweets blasting Jenner. Ophelia Brown wrote, wow, being in a wheelchair is so fun and fashionable. Ableism is the ultimate fashion statement. And here's another one from Jessica Jewett Jones. She says, as someone in a wheelchair, this is offensive. My chair is not hot couture.
It's tough because maybe you can, just because you're in a wheelchair just to play the other side of it. Just because you're like that girl's in her wheelchair going,
Right.
You don't have like
I said
you
maybe
can
she'll make it sexy.
That's what I mean. Like it'll be that trendy thing where it's like you don't just because you're in a wheelchair doesn't mean you have to be.
It's gonna make it sexy.
Like somehow to make it trendy. My favorite part of that whole interview for Interview Magazine was it said Kylie Jenner has made possibly the biggest transformation in the Jenner Kardashian household, and I'm like, I don't know if I'd agree with that. Kylie Jenner's made the biggest transformation in the Kylie Jenner Kardashian household.
I mean,
by the way, some of the other photos there. In the spread, she had chaps on.
Can you stop saying that word?
I'm sorry, but that's exactly. Is that a bad word?
Would people say assless chaps? I'm like, no, that's chaps.
No, none of them.
They're all
chaps
that.
are.
Yeah, and then shoes on her hands. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on with that picture.
I just don't. I mean, why are we shocked? I don't even understand like why we're even giving it. Of course, it's a Kardashian who's half naked in a provocative photo shoot. It's Tuesday.
Why are we even talking about it? Yeah.
Okay,
no
let's stop talking about it.
Yeah, no big deal.
Let's talk about James Deen. He has denied the allegations.
James Deen, the porn star.
The porn star. That's right. The porn star.
D-E-E-N.
Allegations that he sexually assaulted another porn star. Today, a fourth accuser, however, has come forward claiming that he raped her. So following that news, two major porn studios have dropped Deen. The San Francisco-based Kink Studio announced it will, quote, cease all ties with Deen immediately. Adult film company Evil Angel, headquartered in Van Nuys, also dropped Deen. The guy known as porn's boy next door has not been charged.
Well, you left a word out of that, and I don't know if it's because we're on Studio 11.
Oh.
But he's known as the well-hung boy next door.
Yes.
I had never heard of him because I just...
he is very, very famous.
I'll tell you,
yes, you have. Do you remember
Lauren,
the teen mom?
Yeah. Backdoor teen mom?
Yes.
Farrah Abraham?
Yes.
Okay.
That was who starred with her in her sex tape.
That's him.
He also taught
was at her back
porn.
door.
Got it.
He taught porn at local colleges here,
Well, he gave a speech about porn at a Pasadena college, and there was a huge uproar over it. Like, why are you bringing this
I
up?
thought taking a bowling class in college was easy.
Yeah.
A porn class? Wow.
But, and he was also in the movie with Lindsay Lohan. Producers are reminding me.
It sounds like you know a lot about this.
He's a very well-known porn star.
If you actually read some of the allegations and accations, it's so disturbing. I mean, the fact that it was physically assaulting, according to these women, or at least one woman.
Grabbing one of the, this was all alleged, of course, but one of the women who's coming forward said that he grabbed her by her throat, trying to force her to sniff a certain body part of his, when she was refused, he grabbed her by the throat and tried to force her. Just like has no boundaries, no boundaries whatsoever. And the weird thing too is he would tweet. He would tweet rape jokes, and it's like it's almost like one of those things where somebody murders somebody and they leave the murder weapon out in plain sight. Like, why would I rape women when I make jokes about rape? Who'd be that
I
dumb?
Have sex for a living. Why would I rape? Yeah.
But
the other disturbing part to me was that that same woman also said that that happened in front of other people, and that there were witnesses to all of that.
And there was another.
The fact that you could slap someone and no one would do anything when they see someone slapping a woman.
Because that's what he does in film, and then it's like they're saying that his boundaries, like just because I'm a porn actress doesn't mean when I'm at the craft services table you can come up and rub on my backside and be like, It's like,
it's
no,
like
I'm not
a
working.
War Machine who claimed, his girlfriend, well, she was a porn star, so how could I have possibly assaulted her?
No, you absolutely can. And then this one woman refused to work with him. And he said, please stop telling them why you refuse to work with me. Just say you refuse to work with me because I remind you of your brother. Don't tell them the real reason of me rubbing up against you.
Well, he does deny it. He does.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
All right, we were going to ask you about Trump, but I guess we're done.
Oh, Donald Trump.
Darn it.
Can you believe we're still talking about him? Like he's a serious
We will
front
continue
runner.
to still talk about him because he's still.
It's November.
It's
we
happening.
We still got a while to go.
President Trump could
and he's still in
happen.
the
We gotta have you back
top of
on,
the polls.
Heidi.
Okay, anytime.
But in the meantime, you can catch her on Ditch Nation weeknight 6:30 and 11:30 right here on Fox 11. Also, catch the Heidi and Frank Show. That's on 95.5 KLOS live every weekday morning, 6 to 10 a.m.
Yay.
Yay.
Thanks,
Heidi.
guys.
Great
It's so festive around here.
I know, you look festive.
Oh, it is. Poinsettia watch. We are ready.